people on Twitch. Bang, now we're going good. We're good. Okay. We are good over on Twitch now. Okay, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are doing another follower draft today, ladies and gentlemen. So, if you want to get into a follower draft with me and you haven't gotten into a follower draft with me already, drop a yes in the chat. Drop a yes in the chat. Drop a yes in the chat if you have not gotten into a league with me yet and you want to. Drop a yes in the chat. Yes, I see a bunch of yeses. Okay, here's what you need to do. Very, very simple. Here's what you need to do if you want to get into a draft with me. Oh my God, lots of yeses. Listen, you want to get into a draft with me? Here's what we're doing. I need you to go download Underdog Fantasy. If you go download Underdog Fantasy, use code TCO when you sign up. That way you're going to get your first deposit match up to $1,000. We're going to be doing the follower draft over there on Underdog. And yeah, so go download Underdog Fantasy. And then I'm going to tell you what to do next. I'm going to tell you what league to join. But in the meantime, you need to have Underdog Fantasy downloaded. You need to have Underdog Fantasy downloaded. You need to go use code TCO. Once I see that we have enough people who already did that, we're going to hop into a league here. We are going to hop into a league here ever so shortly. John Gruden has beaten the NFL in Nevada in a Supreme Court case. Okay. But yeah, we're going to be going over on Underdog. If you want to get into a league with me, go download Underdog Fantasy, get the app ready. It's going to be either $3 or $5. I think we're going to end up joining a... Let's see what we got here. Let's just get into a league so you guys can get into it. We are going to be doing... Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get into a league with me, we are over on Underdog in the 12-person $3 draft. We are currently sitting in the 12-person $3 draft over on Underdog. If you want to get into a league with me, we are sitting in the $3 12-person draft over on Underdog. We have 10 more spots. You want to get into a draft with me? Head on over to Underdog Fantasy. It's right here. This is what it is, Underdog Fantasy. Go over there, download the app, use code TCO when you sign up. That way you're going to get your first deposit match up to $1,000. Then you're going to be able to join the league. And then you're going to be able to do all that, which is all fun. So we got 7 more spots. 7 more spots over on Underdog Fantasy. 7 more spots, and yeah, 7 more spots. We're currently sitting in the 12-person $3 draft over on Underdog Fantasy. Over on Underdog, yeah. If you want to get into a league with me, head on over to Underdog Fantasy. We are over there. We got six more spots. 6 more spots in the 12-person $3 draft over on Underdog Fantasy. 6 more spots, 12-person $3 draft. Download Underdog. Use code TCO when you sign up. That way you get your first deposit match up to $1,000. 5 more spots, ladies and gentlemen. 5 more spots. We're going to be starting this draft ever so shortly. Ever so shortly? Does that even make sense? I don't know. But we're going to be starting here I'm going to say it again, ever so shortly. But yeah. If you aren't able to join the draft, don't worry. You can head on over to Twitch at TCO Fantasy Show. If you go over there, you can see the draft. I'm showing it, but we still got 5 more spots. So if you want to join, head on over to Underdog Fantasy. Join the 12-person $3 draft over there. And yeah, you can get into a league with me. It's that simple. It is that simple. Which wide receivers should we pick for fantasy? I'll show you soon enough. 4 more spots, ladies and gentlemen. 4 more spots in the 3 more spots in the 12-person $3 draft on Underdog Fantasy. If you want to get into a league with me, you still got a chance. You still have a chance, but not for very long. Not for very long. You only have a couple more minutes. 3 more spots. 3 more spots, ladies and gentlemen. 3 more. Does it cost money? Yes, it does. It's, I said this was a $3 draft, correct? I believe. 1 more spot! 1 more spot in our $3 draft. That's it. 1 more spot. But if you don't get into today's league, don't worry. We're going to be going live again tomorrow doing another draft. So don't worry. But we do have 1 more spot, so you still have a chance. And it's full. It is full, ladies and gentlemen. It is full. I am so sorry. If you didn't get in, don't worry. If you didn't get in, don't worry. If you didn't get in, drop a no with a lot of O's in it in the chat if you didn't get in, but you still want to get in. Drop a no if you still want to get in, because no, we got a no in the chat. Don't worry if you didn't get in, it is perfectly okay, because tomorrow Tomorrow, we're going to be going live again at 5 p.m., and we're doing the same exact thing. We're drafting over on Underdog Fantasy. So if you want to get ahead of the game, go download Underdog, make an account, make sure you use code TCO. That way, when you deposit your money, they're going to double it for you. And yeah, do all that, and then you'll be able to get into a league with me tomorrow if you're here at 5 p.m. Hopefully, you're one of the 11 people who get in. And yeah, it's that simple. But if you didn't get into today's draft, go on over to Twitch at TCO Fantasy Show, because we're going to be showing the draft on down there. The draft is going on over there. And today we're going to be drafting from the third spot. Third spot. I like the third spot. That's a good spot. I like drafting from 3. That's fun. I don't mind drafting from 3. What's up, Tico? What's up, Tico? And hey, if you got any questions, any fantasy football questions, I'm here. I'm ready to answer fantasy football questions. You know, if you got questions, drop them in the chat. I'll answer anything you guys say. You're 4th. I'm going down. Oh, Lord. But if you didn't get into today's draft, don't forget to use code TCO over on Underdog and sign up. Sign up for Underdog Fantasy. Get that out of the way. That way you'll be able to just join up tomorrow. Do I rate teams? Maybe we'll do a stream one day where we rate teams. Maybe. Oh, I'm on the clock. Oh my God, Jamar Chase goes at 1. Justin Jefferson goes at 2. I have the pick of the litter at running back here. I can take Bijan, Saquon, Jameer, CMC. I don't think I've gotten the opportunity to draft Bijan in any league yet. So I think I'm going to take Bijan. I haven't taken Bijan in a single league so far because I'm just never high enough to get him. He's either going at 1 or 2 usually. But we get Bijan in this draft. That's a fun way to start off. I like getting me some Bijan. A guy who can potentially finish as the RB1. You know, I don't know if I spelled that a little funky. Yeah, a guy who can potentially finish as the RB1. We love Bijan Robinson. Great pick. You can't go wrong with picking Bijan Robinson. Yeah, definitely a fan of that one. Definitely a fan. Even though I have Jahmyr Gibbs higher in my rankings, I'm taking Bijan in this draft just because I want to get some exposure to Bijan. I haven't taken him in anything yet. So when you get the chance to take him, you got to take him, I guess. And yeah, and if you want to watch the draft, you can head over to Twitch. I know I've already said that, but if you want to watch the draft, you can head over to Twitch at TCO Fantasy Show. And if you head on over there and you follow, I will give you a shout out, like the Proto Print, Holder, Nick the Goat, Twister, Liam, I Believe in Jesus, Malix, Twin Apples, Landon. Thank you all for following. If you head on over there to Twitch at TCO Fantasy Show and you follow, I will give you a shout out. If you sub, I will write your name on this board behind me. You'll get your name on the board, like 12NC, Mav, You Play Moster, Nick MC, Felix, Sis Chris, Skibbity Ohio, Carson the Packer, Jay Mooney, Choppy Muffin, and Z Dow, all the people who have subbed. I appreciate all you guys so much. You know, can't do what I do without you guys, so truly appreciate that. But let's answer some questions. How do I think about Treshawn Holden will perform this year since he made the 53-man roster? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know who Treshawn Holden is. I don't know who that is. I'm about to look him up now. I don't know who that is. Treshawn Holden. Who's Treshawn Holden? Oh, this is the Oregon receiver. What am I talking about? I know who this is. What team did he end up on? Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't he have a big day in the game? Wasn't he the number 1? I want to remember looking at that. Yeah, okay, yeah, he was the number 1 receiver. I thought I remembered looking at that. So that's so funny. I looked at I don't know much about Treshawn Holden. I can't lie. I don't know much about him. But I was looking at all the stats this morning for every single game, and I saw that he was the number 1 receiver for the Cowboys in the preseason game. And I was like, who's Treshawn Holden? I don't know this guy. And I looked at it. I was like, oh, it's the Oregon guy, 6'3", Oregon receiver. Pretty nice. Is Rachaad White for Cooper Kupp a good trade? You're trading garbage for garbage, so I guess I'd probably rather have Rachaad White, because Cooper Kupp in his interview in the Seahawks Raiders game, Cooper Kupp was asked, like, what's going to be your role in this offense or something. I can't remember what he was asked exactly, but his response was something along the lines of, I'm trying to remember exactly what he said. He said, he's like, I'm just happy to be here. Like, I'm trying to remember what he said. I got to find it. It was something along the lines of, like, he doesn't really care. Like, he doesn't care about what his role is in the offense. He doesn't care about, what he gets or what he does. And, I'm on the clock. Yeah, he said he doesn't care, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I think Bijan A.J. Brown is a pretty fun start. A.J. Brown and Bijan is a really fun start. I think I might go that way. I don't think I've done that yet, so let's try that. That sounds fun. Let's do that. Bijan A.J. Brown. That's a fun start. Let's ask another question. Where's the hat from? I don't know. Somebody sent it to me. Classy until kickoff. I don't know. I just felt like wearing it. I got it. I was like, oh, I probably should wear this. We're going to be back up on the clock here in a second. We have our running back. We have our wide receiver. Probably not a terrible idea to go running back again. Amari Hampton goes at the 3:01. Shit. Holy hell. That's early. I've been liking taking, oh my goodness, I can't speak. I like taking 2 running backs early in my drafts. I like taking 2 running backs early and then just grabbing receivers going from the 4th, 5th round, like 4th round backwards, just grabbing so many receivers with whatever receivers you can get with upside. Like, look at this. I'm trying to show you what we got down here. Tedero McMillan has moved up significantly in the ADP. That's crazy. George Pickens. Wow, why are all these guys so high in the ADP? Holy shit. Oh my goodness. All of these receivers have moved up so far. Oh my God. Debo's at 66 now. What the hell? He's at 96 on ESPN. That's crazy. Emeka Egbuka's at 70. God damn. What the hell? 70? Sheesh. Jordan Addison's at 73. I mean, they're not even thinking about that frickin' about the suspension. Sheesh, man. Why are these guys so expensive? That wasn't always like that. I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that. I hate that. God, they have moved receivers up so much, I can't even do my strategy anymore. I never even realized that. That's bad. That is bad. Classic underdog boosting up players. No, underdog changes their ADP based off where people are drafting players. So if the week goes by and we got 100,000 people drafting Amari and Hampton at 30 instead of 38, they're going to move Amari and Hampton up. That's how their ADP works. It is directly correlated with how people are drafting. And, that's crazy that these people are going that high now. Like Emeka Egbuka going at 70 is crazy. That's wild. You're not even getting like a deal with that anymore, I was going to make a video about Emeka Egbuka saying that he might be the biggest steal in all of fantasy football. But if you got to draft him, even at pick 70, it's not terrible. But still, pick 70, you're not getting that, you're not getting him as late as I thought you could. Oh, my God. It's just crazy. That is crazy. That is wild that you have to take him that high now. That's absurd. That is absurd. Kamara or Hampton in half PPR? Give me Hampton. I love me some Hampton. Am I worried about Trey Harris? I'm not going to be worried about Trey Harris until he starts dropping footballs on a real NFL field, He can drop. There can be all these reports about Trey Harris dropping passes in training camp. I don't care. I don't care until it happens on a real NFL field. If we get to the real NFL game and we see Trey Harris dropping passes, then I'm going to worry. But until we get to that point, I'm not going to worry. I took Kyron. I forgot to write Kyron on the board. Kyron. Monk, thank you for following. Aiden, thank you for following. If you're watching over on TikTok, head over to Twitch at TCO Fantasy Show. Follow, get a shout out. If you sub, I will write your name on the board behind me. You'll forever be part of the show. Get a shout out every single time we go live. You worried about Genty? I'm not worried about Genty whatsoever. I think it's a good thing what happened. I think it's going to push down his ADP. I think it's going to push it down quite a bit, and I think that's a good thing, especially if you're at the back of the first round and you got that 1-2 turn, you're in a good spot now. Okay, what are we going to do here? Xavier Worthy, Terry McLaurin, DJ Moore, J-Mo, DK Metcalf. I want DK Metcalf. But Chuba Hubbard's still on the board. But this is the 4th round. Chuba Hubbard's obviously still on the board. That's a silly thing for me to even say. Let's take DK Metcalf. Start grabbing elite wide receivers. I think DK Metcalf is going to be very good this season. I think he's going to be hyper-targeted. I think Aaron Rodgers still has something left in the tank. I'm very excited for DK Metcalf, while other people are not. I feel like I've been leaving a lot of my leagues with DK Metcalf in the 4th. I feel like that's something I've been doing a lot of. I have the 11th pick. What do I do? Well, there's a lot of fun things. You know, if you're at 10, 11, 12, oh, shit, I'm still on the clock again. Damn, Chuba Hubbard's staring me in my eyeballs, but I think I'm going to go a different direction. I think I want Calvin Ridley. I think I'm going to take Calvin Ridley. I don't feel like I've taken Calvin Ridley in many of my leagues. I love what we saw in the first preseason game with Cam Ward targeting him. I think Cam Ward's going to be better than we expect. Give me Calvin Ridley in the 5th. What was the question I just wanted to answer? Oh, okay. If you're sitting at 10, are you doing a follower draft right now? Yes, it is full. I am sorry. We're going into the 6th round. If you want to watch, we are live over on Twitch at TCO Fantasy Show. We're showing the draft over there. And if you want to get into a league with me still, we're going to be going live again tomorrow at 5 p.m. So what is it? It's 5:20. Okay, so we're going to be going live again tomorrow, same time, 5 p.m. If you join the live stream at that time, you'll be able to get into a draft with me. And if you want to get ahead of the game, go download Underdog Fantasy. Go on the App Store, download it, make an account real quick. Make sure you use code TCO when you sign up. That way you get your first deposit matched up to $1,000. Get some money in your account, do all that good stuff. And then tomorrow, join the live stream at 5 p.m. and you'll be able to get into a draft with me. I'll literally be calling you guys out. So, yeah, do that. Okay, back to what I was saying. If you're sitting in your draft and you're at 10, 11, 12, I think that's probably the best spot anybody can be at in any draft. You know, it doesn't matter what you're doing. I think 10, 11, 12 are some of the best spots this year. Just because I think you're going to be able to grab an elite running back like Devon Achane, Ashton Genty. Who else do you got back there? Some leagues you got CMC falling back there. Not usually, but some leagues you do. Achane and Genty are definitely 2 targets, though. You want to go there at running back. And then you're also going to have Derrick Henry's back there as well. I don't mind that either. But the bigger thing is the receivers. You know, if you're way at the back there at 10, 11, 12, you have the opportunity to grab 2 great receivers. You might be able to grab Malik Nabers and Amon-Ra St. Brown. You might be able to grab BTJ and Malik Nabers. You might be able to grab, who else? Nico Collins and BTJ. There's just Puka Nacua might fall back there, even though I'm personally not drafting Puka Nacua in any of my leagues after the Matthew Stafford news. But still, there's a lot of fun guys you can get at the back of the 10, 11, 12. If you're sitting with one of those picks, you're in a very, very good spot. What other questions do we got out here? Thoughts on Bryce Young this season, fantasy-wise, with T-Mac? I don't think Bryce Young is going to be, valuable for fantasy. I don't really think we're going to be able to use him. But Tedderell McMillan, there's 100% going to be a role for Tedderell McMillan in fantasy football. That's not even a question. There's, he's going to get 100-plus targets by far. He'll probably get 130-plus targets if he's healthy all season. He'll easily hit that number. And, him being 6'4", he's got that, length where he can go up in the end zone and get it. I know that's not really what he does. He doesn't typically use that height to go up in the end zone and get it. But, hey, maybe he can. It's not crazy. And I think Ted McMillan's going to be a good pick this year, especially because you can get him as your wide receiver 3 or flex. So I really like it. I think it's a great move. I can still do this paid league, right? I'm in the Washington state. I don't know if it's available in Washington. I have no clue what states Underdog is available in, but you can head on over to the App Store and try to download it, Underdog Fantasy. Try to download Underdog Fantasy and make sure you use code TCO when you sign up. How do you think the Seahawks are going to do this year? My opinion on the Seahawks changes every single week. 1 week I'm looking at the Seahawks and I'm like, wow, I think they're going to be fantastic. I think they're going to be great. The next week I look at them and I'm like, wow, I think they're going to finish last in the NFC West. Now, the point I'm at right now, I think they're going to be better than the Cardinals. I think they can be better than the Cardinals. I think they can be better than the Rams. I think the Rams, the more bad news we get about Matthew Stafford not practicing, the more worrisome I become with the Rams. So I'm liking the Seahawks a lot more right now, especially Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet. Them above everybody else. You know, JSN is awesome as well, but Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker, those are the guys I'm absolutely loving. I look like your 8th grade English teacher. Getting unked out here. I'm on the clock. I am on the clock. The guy I take next is going to be my wide receiver 4. And we're going to let that be Emeka Egbuka. We're going to let that be Emeka Egbuka. You know, I just love getting Emeka Egbuka. I understand this is a little, earlier than we want to be drafting Emeka Egbuka at pick 70. But, hey, I like him. I want him. And when you like something and you want something, you got to go get it, even if you got to pay a little more. Sometimes it's okay. Sometimes it's okay to pay a little extra to get the things that you want, Pay a little extra, get the things that you want. And that's what we just did right there. We paid a little extra and we got the things that we wanted. I'm going to wait on the quarterback position. There's plenty of good quarterbacks. I think I'm going to go running back with this next pick. I like Aaron Jones, not unless I see a good receiver that I like. Jordan Addison's going to be very good, but you also got to deal with the suspension. You got to also remember these are a 3 wide receiver league. What do we got at tight end? Sam Laporta. And the 7th? I'm going to wait on tight end. I'm going to take Jordan Addison. I think that might be a little crazy. Might not be the right decision, but we're going to take Addison. I think that'll really round out, our wide receiver room is nasty. We got a great wide receiver room here. Plenty of guys that we have here until Addison comes back. And when Addison comes back, he'll act as our, it's just, in these underdog leagues, you're running, it's 3 wide receivers you got to start every week. 3 wide receivers and a flex. So if you're able to get 4 wide receivers who are talented, like A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf, Calvin Ridley, Emeka Egbuka, and Jordan Addison, I'm going to go out of my way and do it. And then you combine that with 2 great running backs and Bijan Robinson and Kyron Williams. I mean, I'm really cooking here. I like what we got. We might have to start looking back at the running back position in the next couple picks, but I like what we got here with our wide receivers. I'm very happy. Hey, Tyler, do you think CeeDee Lamb is going to do good this year? I do think CeeDee Lamb is going to be good this year. I'm very excited for CeeDee Lamb. I think George Pickens is going to help to open the field a little bit more for the Cowboys, so I like that. Am I going live tomorrow? Yes, we're going live tomorrow at 5 p.m. How do I join? Okay, today's league is full, but tomorrow we're going to be going live again at 5 p.m., and if you want to get into the league with me tomorrow, all you got to do now is go download Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use code TCO when you sign up. Make an account. Put some money in there. Get all that stuff situated and done. And then you're going to be able to join the league with me tomorrow. We're going to go live at 5 p.m. You just got to, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be here at 5 p.m. and we're going to do a draft. We're going to do another one of these. And we've been trying to do it with as many different people as possible. We're trying to get different people into every single league. And, where does Underdog have Henderson? Believe they have him pretty high. I mean, I know he already went. TreVeyon Henderson went at pick. In this draft, TreVeyon Henderson went at pick 53. I can't tell you what his ADP is because he's already been picked, but he went at pick 53 in this draft. I know that he's definitely been going higher recently in drafts than usual just because, when you get one freaking carry for 18 yards and you get a freaking kickoff return TD and he's catching all the passes, I mean, how could his stock not jump up? TreVeyon Henderson should be a dog. I mean, the only question will be how involved is Ramondre Stevenson and Antonio Gibson going to be in the offense as well? Is this going to be a running back by committee, or is TreVeyon Henderson going to be able to get 15 carries a game and 5 receptions? If that's able to happen, we're looking at a top 10 running back. Do I think you should start Bo Nix or Baker Mayfield? Let's go. I'd say Bo Nix. I mean, I'm gonna drop my rankings once week 1 comes around. I'll drop some rankings. We'll go back. We do the rankings every week. If you guys haven't been with the TCO Fantasy Show before, this is our 4th year doing it, and we just drop our rankings every single week. Well, I think I'm gonna drop. I don't know. I'm gonna drop running back and wide receiver rankings probably on Monday, and then what else? Monday, Tuesday, I'll drop those, and then we'll drop some picks on Wednesday. We'll do a video on Thursday for the NFL season starting. We'll do on Friday, who do we think is going to win every single game. Once week 1 is over, we'll start doing players I think you should trade for, players best players to claim off waivers. What else? Best streamers when it gets to the weekend. We got a lot of different things. There's going to be a lot of videos with the season being here. We're going to be posting 4, 5, 6 times a day, depending on how much news there is. So the season gets crazy. It's always a fun time. Very excited. Working day and night for you guys. Working 24/7 every day of the week, every hour. I let this consume my life. And, yeah, we're going to be doing all that. So make sure you're here. Follow if you haven't already. And if you want to support and you want to get into a league with me, head on over to Underdog Fantasy and use code TCO. Head on over to Underdog Fantasy, use code TCO, sign up. Get into a draft with me at 5 p.m. tomorrow. Join up. Let's see. What do we got here? Zach Charbonnet's going much higher now, too. Shit. Everybody's going higher, man. Everybody's going higher. What's a tight end position look like? Oh, my God. You're going to let Travis Kelce fall to me in the 8th round? I'll gladly take Travis Kelce in the 8th. Not even a question. I will spam that button all day. I love Travis Kelce in fantasy this year, especially in the 8th round at pick 94. I love that pick. I love that. I'm a huge fan of that. That's a value. That is a value in my book. I love that pick. We need to start looking. Do we need to start looking at the QB position? We probably should. Do we have anybody we can get a stack with? Not really. Everybody's been taken already, so no, we can't really get a stack here. That kind of sucks. We're going to wait on the QB position. Maybe we'll go back to the running back position here. Let's go. I'm going to go Zach Charbonnet. I love going Zach Charbonnet, especially with what I said about the Seahawks backfield. I think they're going to get a lot of carries if you watch the video. I love Zach Charbonnet in the back. I think that's a great pick. I love Zach Charbonnet in the back. How do I think Joe Milton will do if Dak gets injured? I don't think he'll be anything that we're going to want for fantasy football. I don't think it's going to be anything you care about that much. Draft any Giants RB with the horrible offensive line. I'm not touching either Giants RB. If I had to pick one, if you're telling me to pick one, I'm picking Cam Skattebo because I think Cam Skattebo is more talented than Tyrone Tracy. But Cam Skattebo's dealing with an injury, and it doesn't project to be a good offense. It doesn't project to be a good team. And you want running backs who are going to be on good teams, or at least teams who have winning records. And I don't think the Giants are going to have a winning record. I think there's a high likelihood they don't. And I would prefer not to go either of them. I'd rather have Zach Charbonnet. I'd rather have, what's his face? Tyjae Spears, you don't want to draft him. He's hurt. I don't know. At this point, actually, I guess Cam Skattebo's not a bad pick. You're this late in the draft. I guess Cam Skattebo's not a bad pick at all. Braylon Allen is going too late in drafts. I think Braylon Allen needs to start going higher. I really like Braylon Allen. Thoughts on Breece Hall? Yeah. So I think this is going to be a much more of a committee than people expect. I think Braylon Allen's going to get a lot more run than Breece Hall. It wouldn't shock me if Breece Hall was, Breece Hall switched from being this 3-down back to a 3rd down back, and we see Braylon Allen a lot more on 1st and 2nd down, just because Braylon Allen is significantly more efficient than Breece Hall is. Ever since Breece Hall, I believe he tore his ACL, ever since he did that, he's just been super inefficient. And I think Braylon Allen's a better running back, and if we could get Braylon Allen out there for all 3 downs, that would be the beautiful thing. That's what I would love to see. I don't think that's going to happen, but that's what I would love to see. So I'm out on Breece Hall, very out on Breece Hall at his current ADP. I think it's a terrible pick, one of the worst picks you can make. Breece Hall I think is a terrible pick. I think Jared Goff is a terrible pick. I think Devontae Adams is a terrible pick. I think, who else do I not like up there? I'm coming around on Rashee Rice. Because it's bullshit. He should get suspended for more games, but I think the consensus that everybody's talking about, it sounds like he's only going to get suspended for 6 games, which I think is crazy, but whatever. I think he's only going to get suspended for 6 games, and I hate this. I don't think that's what he deserves. I think he should be suspended much longer than that, but that's what the NFL, it sounds like the NFL is going to give him, and yeah, we just got to live life and deal with that. Do you think Abdul Carter is the best defensive rookie so far? Let me think about that question for a minute. I guess, yeah, probably. I mean, I can't think like Mason Graham. I mean, Mason Graham, I don't feel like Mason Graham looked that great. Any news on Dickerson? He's getting surgery. Landon Dickerson is getting knee surgery. And he's getting surgery on that meniscus. We're going to see how that goes, and then they'll see if how long it is until he can return. Only doing underdog drafts? Yes. We are only doing underdog drafts just because it's easier for me to pay attention to underdog drafts than it is to pay attention for whatchamacallit? Like a real draft. I can't like pay attention every week. Can you put out a setup video for Prize Picks? Like how to set up Prize Picks? Hey, where's my mouse? Where is my mouse? I don't know what you mean by setup, but I know that you can head on over to Prize Picks and use code TCO. If you head on over to Prize Picks and use code TCO, make a $5 pick, you're going to get $50 in lineups instantly into your account. So head on over to Prize Picks and use code TCO. Do it. But also head on over to Underdog and use code TCO. Head on over to everywhere and use code TCO. Are we going to take another running back here? Nah, I'm going to grab a quarterback. Justin Herbert. I think Justin Herbert is one of the best values right now in fantasy football at the quarterback position, especially with the signing of Keenan Allen. I mean, think about all the weapons this man has at his disposal this year at receiver. You got Lab McConkey, Keenan Allen, Quentin Johnston, Trey Harris, Keandre Lambert-Smith. I mean, what more could you really want? Who's his tight end? Will Dissly? Trying to remember who the tight end is for the Chargers. Herbert. But yeah, big Justin Herbert guy this year. Oh, back on the clock. I like Cam Ward, but I think I need to take me a running back here. We're going to go Trey Benson. If James Conner goes down. I don't know. Might not even need James Conner to go down. Mr. James Conner has been saying that it's going to be two RB1s in Arizona this year with him and Trey Benson. So maybe that's true. Maybe it's false. I don't know. I'm drafting Trey Benson in the 11th round. Let's see who followed over on Twitch. Let's do some shout-outs. JJ Skies, Lucky is better. TT Woody, Captain Fish, 23 Blake, Zombie QQQ, Mr. Jims. Thank you all for following. If you're watching over on TikTok, head over to Twitch at TCO Fantasy Show. We are showing the draft over there that we are currently doing. And if you follow, you will get a shout out. If you sub, I'll write your name on the board. I'll write your name on the board behind me if you sub. So drop a sub. I appreciate the support if you do. Why is everyone so low on Josh Jacobs in fantasy? I'm low on Josh Jacobs because he's coming off a year where he had over 300 touches. I don't like drafting running backs who are coming off 300 touch seasons when they're older, like Josh Jacobs. And what else do I not like about Josh Jacobs? I also don't like the fact that he is I don't like the fact that they added Matthew Golden. You know, I understand Jaden Reed is dealing with the injury, and I understand that all the other stuff, but they have so many pass catchers there. I like to think that they're going to try to throw the ball more. Marshawn Lloyd just got healthy, came back from the groin injury. Who else? What's their other running back? Who's their other running back? I can't think of his name. You're the best? Thank you. Thoughts on Jonathan Taylor this year? We like Jonathan Taylor. I don't love him, but I like him. It's not a terrible pick. Can I? Nope. St. Brown in my top 10. Did I forget him? No, I got St. Brown right out. I got Amon-Ra St. Brown right outside my top 10 wide receivers, only because I'm projecting the Lions offense to regress this season. And I got him right outside. I got him at like 11, 12, I think, somewhere around there. And, you know, I like Amon-Ra. You know, he's very consistent, but I think there's going to be a lot less consistency this season. I think Jared Goff is going to have a slightly down year than where he's been in the past. I think they still make the playoffs, and they're still going to be good and all that stuff. But I think there's going to be guys who are better than Amon-Ra this year. And I also think Jamison Williams is going to be better. I'm very excited for Jamison Williams. Jamison Williams excites me a lot. So, I don't know. That's how I feel about Amon-Ra. I need to give Dart some respect. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Give him some respect. Man's over here trying to buy a $10 million penthouse with a freaking 4-year, $17 million contract. What a terrible investment. Bro doesn't know what an easy pass is. I'm going to give him any respect. Bro doesn't know what easy pass is. Come on. Come on. Man doesn't know that when you go through tolls, they're tolls. Come on. How do we feel about Debo? I love Debo Samuel. He's one of my favorite picks in fantasy football this year. Can I join the follower draft? No. Not because I don't want you to. I want you to join the draft, but we are currently in the follower draft and it's full. We're going into the 12th round right now. But if you want to get into the follower draft tomorrow, all you got to do is head on over to Underdog Fantasy, download the app, use code TCO, make an account, do all those things, and you'll be able to get into a league with me tomorrow. Let's see what we're going to do here. We have Justin Herbert, and Justin Herbert is cool. But I'm not going to take Tua because he's got the same bye week as him. I'm going to wait on that position. I'm going to take Quinshon Judkins. What's going to happen with Quinshon Judkins? I'm going to tell you exactly right now what's going to happen with Quinshon Judkins. And do I respect it? Do I feel good about it? No. Do I think it's a good thing of what he did? No. I think Quinshon Judkins did a terrible thing, but the NFL doesn't really give a shit. That's the problem. You know, the NFL does give a shit. They give somewhat of a shit, and that's why exactly what's going to happen is going to happen. So, Quinshon Judkins is going to sign a settlement agreement with his girlfriend. That's what's going to happen. The girl that he did whatever he did to, he's going to sign a settlement agreement with her. There's going to be no legal situation there. He's going to pay her off. Then the NFL is going to see that information, and they're going to say, okay, Mr. Quinshon Judkins, we are suspending you for 6 games, because that's what it is. It's always 6 games whenever it involves something with an NFL player and a woman. Whenever something happens, it is always 6 games. That's what's going to happen. He's going to come back after 6 weeks, whether that's off of week 1, whether that's if he's a free agent. No matter what that is, he's going to be back after 6 games. So you're going to have Quinshon Judkins in week 7. And that's what it is. That's the truth. That's the truth of the matter. That's the truth of the matter. And I don't respect what he did. I think he did a terrible thing. But we took him in the 12th round. Do you think Devon Achane is still a good RB option even with his O-line? Yes, because Devon Achane's value doesn't just come from the run game. You know, he's a great running back as it is. They had a terrible offensive line last year, and that was whatever it was. But Devon Achane's value doesn't come from that. His value comes from the receiving game. He catches so many passes that, you know, that's where he's really going to win. That's where he gets, you know, that's where he becomes a top option in fantasy football. When Tua's on the field, Mr. Devon Achane is catching passes from him, but last year or the year before, I don't remember what it was, he was the number 1 receiving target or top 3 receiving targets. So he needs to catch the passes. That's what matters. The running is awesome too because he's a running back, obviously. You want him to run the ball, but the pass catching is what makes him such a valuable asset. That's why I'm drafting him in the first round of my leagues. I just took him at pick 107. In a league. I just took him at pick 107. I'm in a league with, let's see who's in here. We got FFAZ. You guys know FFAZ. Kane Saban, you guys know him. A1 Fantasy, Smooth Sports, JB Fantasy, DNR Sports, A1. I already said A1R. Bryce, Elite Takes is in here. Max is in here. Tyler Health, all of those guys. We're in a follower league together right now. We're currently drafting. We're doing that. And I took Devon Achane in the first round. Pretty wild. Did anyone sign Isaiah Bond? Not to my knowledge, no. Max Jordan, Ooga Booga, Simbid, thank you all for following. Why do I hate Jackson Dart? I don't hate anybody. I don't hate Jackson Dart. I don't hate. Do I hate on him a little bit? Yes. Do I hate on him? Yeah. But do I hate him as a person? No. I mean, if it's true that he cheated on his girlfriend, I don't like that. That's not a good thing. I just don't like him. I don't hate him. I just don't like him. You know? How can you like a quarterback like him? He doesn't have quarterback traits. He comes out there trying to ooze all this aura onto the field, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's a little cringy. I don't like it. That's why I don't like him. Do I like Tyreek this year? It's a tough question. I think the Dolphins are going to be bad, and that scares me a little bit for Tyreek Hill, especially towards the end of the season. I love Tyreek Hill at the beginning of the offseason. Now I don't like him as much. It's a fluctuating scale with him, because Tyreek Hill can come out there and put up 100 yards a game and a touchdown a game, and he's a top 3 wide receiver. You steal him at where he's going right now in drafts. But he could also come out there and he's nearly 33 years old, and he could just suck. He could just do the same thing he did last year and be a waste of a second or third round pick. So, I don't know. Do I think there's better options at where he's going? Yeah, there's guys I'd rather have. I'd rather grab me. I might rather wait around and take Marvin Harrison Jr. I'd rather grab, Drake London is going around the same spot now as Tyreek Hill, which is crazy. You got A.J. Brown falling in some drafts. I'd rather have him. There's not a lot of times where I'm taking Tyreek Hill. I'd rather have JSN. I'd rather have, I'd rather wait around, take Garrett Wilson. There's just so many guys I'd rather wait and just take later. Let's go back to the QB position here. I'm going to take Tua. I've been taking Tua in a bunch of leagues just because I think he has that upside with maybe he throws a couple passing touchdowns in a week. Maybe he has a big game. They can still score 70 points. It's still possible. They have the same exact team. The offensive line might suck, but hey, he's our QB2. And I messed up. I didn't want to take Tua because I have Justin Herbert. I fucked up there. I didn't want to take Tua because I have Justin Herbert, and Justin Herbert has a Week 12 bye. So the next guy, I got to draft another QB who doesn't have a Week 12 bye. That sucks. Okay, well, we'll figure it out. It's not that deep. Not that deep. We'll figure it out. Who took JJ? When did JJ McCarthy go? Oh, damn! Someone took Anthony Richardson. I wanted Anthony Richardson. Geno Smith seems like the best option on the board right now. I don't love Geno Smith, but I got to just grab somebody who's gonna not hurt me when it comes down to it in Week 12. So Geno Smith. Okay. What do we got right now? We got 3 quarterbacks, six running backs. I drafted 6 running backs already. Yeah, I did. Wow, okay. I love those running backs. 5 wide receivers and 1 tight end. Neighbors or Puka? At this point, I'm saying Neighbors. As of the moment, I'm going to say Neighbors. I'm going to say Neighbors right now. If you want to get into a follower draft with me, drop a yes. If you haven't gotten into a follower draft with me yet, if you haven't gotten into one yet and you still want to get into one, drop a yes in the chat. Drop a yes in the chat. So I know how many people there are. We got 1, we got 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7. Okay, so let me talk to you guys. Let's see. Who was it? Will, Talon, Connor, Nathan, Tyler, Will again, Gerardo, Eagle, Bradley, Will, Peter, Scott. Let me talk to you guys right now. I'm talking to all of y'all. If you want to get into a draft with me, we're going to go live again tomorrow, okay? We're going to go live again tomorrow at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. You got to be here at 5 p.m. tomorrow, and I'm going to be going live then. Join the live. In the meantime, over the next 24 hours, download Underdog Fantasy, make an account, get all your information in there, get it all set up, get it all ready to go, get the app downloaded, make it look all pretty, do all your stuff, and then use code TCO when you sign up. Use code TCO when you sign up. That way, if you put in $20, you're going to get $40. If you put in $50, you're going to get $100 because they double your first deposit. And yes, it's over on Underdog. Literally, it says it right here. Underdog Fantasy. Make picks, win money. That's what it says. That's their thing. That's their, whatever their slogan is. Underdog. Go download Underdog Fantasy. We're going to be doing a draft again tomorrow at 5 p.m., and then that way you'll be able to join it. It's that easy. It's that simple. So go download it. Go make an account. Use code TCO. Do all the good things. And yeah, once you do all that stuff, you'll be able to get into a league with me tomorrow. You will be able to get into a league with me tomorrow. That simple. That easy. Tet or Travis Hunter? Give me Tet or Roa McMillan. How do I feel about Sam? What's Sam? Sam Darnold? How do I feel about Jalen Milroe? He's cool. I think Jalen Milroe is going to be used a lot in the Seahawks offense this year. I think they'll be able to use him in What will they be able to do? What will they be able to do? They'll use him a lot like how Jalen Hurts was used in his rookie year with Carson Wentz. That's what I think. That is what I think. I think we will see him used very similarly to that. Thoughts on Cooper Kupp this year? I think he's going to suck. Like, if you told me we got the end of the season stats here and MVS had a better year than Cooper Kupp, that wouldn't shock me. Like, I think Cooper Kupp is burning a pick. I think it's a terrible pick. Pickens and Ibuka for Kamara and Downs. I'd rather have Pickens and Ibuka by a long shot. I don't even think it's close. I'd way rather have Pickens and Ibuka. What are my thoughts on Bo Nix? I think Bo Nix could be a top 5 quarterback this year, man. I regret to say it. Like, I don't want to say that, but I think he can be. JSN or Drake London? Drake London. Neighbors or Nico? Nico. Drop those questions. Drop this player or this player questions. I'll answer them. Whatever questions you guys got, drop this player or this player, and I'll gladly answer them right now. What's my biggest hot take? Biggest hot take is that Emeka Egbuka finishes as a top 10 wide receiver this year. Biggest hot take. There you go. Emeka Egbuka finishes as a top 10 wide receiver. That's how much I like him. You think Brock Bowers is a second-round pick? He's definitely a second-round pick. I mean, that's where he's going in fantasy drafts. Do I think he's worth that? I think he's great. I think he's a humongous positional advantage over the next closest tight end. I think if you're drafting a tight end early, you need to be drafting Brock Bowers. I don't think you should be taking Trey McBride or George Kittle. I think you're giving up too much of a positional, I think you're giving up too much of what's the opportunity cost. I think he's, if you're going to draft somebody, you're going to take Bowers. But also the opportunity cost of taking Bowers is, you're drafting Bowers over a Bucky Irving. You're drafting Bowers over A.J. Brown. You're drafting him over Drake London. You're drafting him over all of these guys who are going Jonathan Taylor, Josh Jacobs. I mean, at the back of the second or during the second, you're drafting him over a lot of guys who are very good. I don't know if it's a great decision. I think there's value to be found at the tight end position later in the draft. But that's just me, It's you either. I think what you do is you either grab the top tight end, you get the best tight end in Brock Bowers, or you wait and you draft a tight end much later in the draft, significantly later. I just took Ja'Tavion Sanders. What round am I in? Was that 16? I missed a pick. I missed a pick on my board. Who did I miss? Braylon Allen. I missed Braylon Allen. I forgot to write Braylon Allen. TCO, I can't get underdog. Well, if you can't get underdog, go get prize picks. Go get prize picks. Go use TCO on prize picks. We're not doing any drafts over there, but at least you'll be able to make some picks. And if you can't use either one of those, head on over to Kalshi. I have to get my Kalshi thing in here. I have to put it on here. Kalshi's great because Kalshi's available in all 50 states. Kalshi's available in all 50 states, so you're able to make your picks from all your games and do all that stuff, and it doesn't matter where you are. You can do it anywhere. So go check out Kalshi if you haven't already. I'm going to get Cade Otton. I haven't drafted Cade Otton yet this year. Let's get Cade Otton. What do I need? I think I need one more receiver. I think that's what I'm missing. I'm not from the U.S. It's annoying. Yeah, man. Go get Kalshi. I'm on the clock. DK Metcalf. I love me some DK Metcalf. Kane, I know you saw that pick. I like me some DK. I'm on the clock mid-live. Yeah, y'all saw that. I'm in this follower draft right now. They're freaking dropping shit in the chat. Goff or Stafford? Neither. God. Ooh. Draft a quarterback earlier, bro. Ooh. Bucky or London? Bucky. I love me some Bucky Irving. Bucky Irving could be a top 5 running back this year. People don't want to talk about that. Is there a Kalshi app? Yeah, Kalshi is an app. Yep. Go download the Kalshi app. Make sure you use code TCO when you sign up. Kalshi, available in all 50 states so everybody can make their picks. Gotta respect TCO. Live and still drafting. You know it. Fave football creator. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Do you think it's bad taking Ashton Genty at the 109? No, I think getting Ashton Genty that late in the first round, I think Ashton Genty's a great running back to take at the back of the first. I think it's a great move. Shedeur Sanders or Bryce Young for backup? I'd rather have Bryce Young in fantasy. Do I think A-Rod will be good on the Steelers? I don't think he'll be great. I mean, I think he'll be decent. I don't think he's going to be great. I think that might be pushing it a little bit. Isn't Judkins arrested? Yeah, kinda. He's figuring it out. He's doing some stuff. He's moving things around. Oh, was that my last pick? Did I just make my last pick? Wait, do I have another pick I gotta make? Yeah, I do. Okay, I have one more pick, right? Yeah, I have one more pick. Let's see. Who am I gonna take with this last pick? Last pick. Who am I gonna take with this last pick? I don't know. Elijah Moore, Malik Washington. Malik Washington has got a lot of play over the weekend in that game. Got a lot of fun plays. Oof. Malik Washington could have a big game for the Dolphins. I'm going to take Malik Washington. Where'd he go? Give me Malik Washington. That's a fun guy. That's a guy I'm going to start drafting in the 18th round of my drafts. I think Malik Washington can be that guy who has one big week. If you're watching, if you were in this draft, let me know. I will rate your team. Let me know if you were in this draft, and let me drop your team name in the chat, and I will look at your team and give it a rating real quick. Let me know if you were in this draft. We'll get you rated. See what's going on. Hurts, Allen, or Lamar? I like Josh Allen, Lamar, and then Hurts. Anybody? Was anybody in this draft who wants me to rate their team? Let me know or forever hold your peace. Let me know or forever hold your peace. Drop your team name in the chat. And how do I put your code in on Kalshi? You should just be able to put it in when you sign up. Use code TCO. You should be able to just put it there. Cheryl Butler. Always Cheryl Butler. I'm always rating your teams. Or Cherry Butler, whatever. I don't know if it's Cheryl or Cherry. Kyler Murray, Kyler Murray, Brock Purdy, Cameron Ward. Great QB room. Love to see it. RB room, we got CMC, Bucky Irving, Caleb Johnson, Cam Scattaboo, Rico Dowdle. Love that as well. Tyreek Hill, George Pickens, J-Mo, Christian Kirk, Marvin Mims, Xavier Legette, Diami Brown. I don't love this as much. A lot of question marks. Tyreek Hill is a question mark. GP is a question mark. We don't know how involved J-Mo is going to be. I think J-Mo might be your least biggest question mark in this entire wide receiver room. And then finally a tight end, Sam Laporta, Chikakonkwo, Juwan Johnson. I like that. That's probably a B. Give that a B. That's an A. That's a B. So I give it a B+. I'm going to call it a B+ team. Anybody else want me to look at their team who was in this draft? Let me know or forever hold your peace. Let me know. If not, I'm going to be getting out of here. And not seeing anybody dropping anything in the chat. If you still want to get into a league with me and you didn't, drop a yes in the chat. And if you haven't gotten into a league yet and you still want to get into a league with me, drop a yes in the chat. Drop a yes in the chat. If you haven't joined a league yet and you want to get into one, drop a yes in the chat. A lot of yeses out there. Okay, listen, if you just put a yes in the chat, like Aiden, like YKE, like, I don't even know what that is, Cowboys for Life, all of you guys, listen, if you want to get into a draft with me, you got to be here at 5 p.m. You got to be here at 5 p.m. sharp. We're going live at between 5 o'clock and 5:05. We are going live every day, 5 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Thursday. You got to be here at 5 p.m. Join the live. And that's it. You're going to be able to get in the draft. Now, in the meantime, head on over to Underdog Fantasy, download Underdog Fantasy, get it all set up, use code TCO, put in all your shit, get it all done, set it up, get your money in there, put $20 in if you use code TCO. That way you're going to get your $20 turned into $40. If you put in 50, it's going to turn into 100. 100 is going to turn into 200. You put in 1,000, up to $1,000 in bonus cash. So I guess they only do it if you put in 500, they match it up to 1,000. So then that's it. But put in your money. Get your money into your Underdog account, and then we're going to draft. we're going to draft. That's it. That's all you got to do. So in the meantime, if you want to get into a draft with me, the best thing you can do right now is download Underdog Fantasy and use code TCO. That's it. That's the best way to get into a league with me. That's what you need to do. We're done. We're going to get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching another live stream. We'll be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you are here at the live if you want to get into the draft. That's all you got to do is be here at 5 p.m. and download Underdog Fantasy. I'm going to tell you guys what draft to join, and we could all get in there. And that's it. If you're watching over on Twitch, have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace out. Thank you so much for watching another live stream with me.